Dang. Okay. Fuck was that? Oh hey, Tanya, how you doing? Did you see what I sent you on TikTok? Hey Barbie. Barbie will be back after these messages. The new phone is beautiful. It's lovely. I love it. It's fast, efficient. All my notifications are working finally. So I know in the future that when my notifications ain't working no more, get a new phone. There you go. Every 3 years, the notifications are fucked. But hey, I didn't pay a dime for it, so I'm good. I'll take it. Yeah, I sent you this thing on TikTok. Wait till you see it. I would have never have known. When I saw that TikTok, I said, "What the fuck? This is Tanya posting this?" And it wasn't. It was actually somebody that was at the same spot you were. You know the video you made where you were on that big ass tower and you threw the plane off? There's a little girl who threw her plane off and it flew all over the place. And she didn't even do much. She just went like that. And it went like far. It went around and around and around and it finally like went on the like on the actual parking lot. But you gotta watch it. It's funny. It's like it went forever. The plane, and I said, "Oh shit, this is the same place that Tanya was at." So I sent you the video so you can check it out. It's a pretty cool video. At least I hope you think it looks cool. I hope you think it's cool, which I'm sure you will. Oh, you watched it? Cool. Didn't it? It went like super far. I couldn't believe it. Bees for Barbie. Yeah, it went really far. That little girl was so happy. She was like, they were like all excited doing the video, and I said, "Shit, but I would have never have watched that video if I didn't see you do it. Like I saw your video of it, and I thought it was pretty cool because that's something I would love to do." And then when I saw that video, I was like, "Oh, look at that! That's how weird that is." I got that I saw that. Yeah, I would love to do that. I would totally love to like have like throw a little paper plane off like a even a paper jet off of there to see how far it goes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It ran all the way by the road. They thought it was gonna hit the truck, then it came back around. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was it was like somebody was driving a damn plane. That's how cool it was. I was shocked. I like this thing can't be getting that far. Not to give story. That's what they said. Like not to give story. It was pretty fun. Yeah, it's a little wormy. It comes from a sneaker. See, the worm is the shoelace, and it comes up. A little wormy. It's my buddy Wormy. Oh, nice. Strawberry shortcake bubble. So now you smell like a strawberry, literally. And the other video you did, where you were walking where the lake was with all the ducks and geese and whatever, the camera is good quality. It's pretty good. So at least you got a good camera. These people make me laugh. Uh, I really like the camera. Is it battery? Yeah. I like the camera thing. It was pretty clear. It was clear, and I guess you were holding like the stick thing. It was pretty good, but it was cool. Though. It was nice and clear. Not like it wasn't clear before, but it's a lot clearer now. I would say it's like a lot clearer. Oh yeah, that shit's good. I could have sworn you said it didn't work, but I guess I was wrong. No, it was somebody else that told me that it didn't work, and then afterwards they told me no, it did work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it was you that said it didn't work before. Yeah, so it was you. Yeah, because I remember I remember you said it didn't work, and I was like, it had to work because it's meant for ants. Yeah, I know what you meant. What is there's different types of ants, right? And some ants just are dumb, like you said, and they just go for it. They're like, you know what? I'm hungry. I need to eat this shit. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It definitely works in Bermuda because I put that shit there and I used to see like lines of them everywhere. And I would put like a little drop in the lines and break up their little path. And then I'd come back a couple minutes later and they were all swarming on that shit and eating it. And then the next day they'll be gone, disappeared. And my mom said it. My mom told me that ever since I put that combat ant shit and the cockroach pills, she said she barely sees any ants and any cockroach. She said it's a blessing. And I said, I told you that shit works. Even the cockroach pills, I barely see a cockroach around here. If it's one or two, obviously there's always going to be one or two, right? Because they can fly from other areas, which is gross. But today I saw the biggest caterpillar I've ever seen in my life. I was helping my sister wash the car and I like set up everything for her and I helped her out. And then we were just talking about like all the shit that's happened this weekend. So um we were out there like and then all of a sudden my sister's like, don't step on that caterpillar, look how big he is. And I'm like, what? I looked, I said, this fucking thing's the size of my middle finger. So we ended up Googling it. I said, that's not a butterfly. That can't be. Ain't a butterfly caterpillar's that big. She thought it was the monarchy butterfly one. I said, no, it ain't, because I knew what those are. I said, this thing's got to be something bigger. So apparently it's a moth butterfly, a moth caterpillar. Apparently. That's what it says. Well, that thing was huge. Let me tell you. Let me show you thing of it. Honestly, I've been living here my whole life and I've never seen a caterpillar that big. I'll show you the thing. Look. Look how big that damn thing is. That thing's fucking huge. That is by far the biggest caterpillar I've ever seen. And apparently it belongs to, yeah. Apparently it's like probably like it was probably like 6 inches long, at least. And I scooped him up with I scooped him up and put him on the wall. I didn't want to hurt him, you know. But honestly, that thing is huge. I've never seen a caterpillar that big. So my sister Googled it and said that it belonged to the moth family, or I didn't even know caterpillars make moths. Or maybe she read it wrong. I have no idea, but that's what she said. And I was like, I never seen a fucking thing that big. I'm like, holy shit, the thing had like some weird ass looking predator looking teeth on it and shit. Yeah. I've never, ever seen one that big. I've seen some big green ones and shit, like on plants and all that, but I've never seen one that big. But there is big ones though. I never really knew there were big ones like that, but there's different types too. I never like when I googled it, like when I googled it just now, I've seen like some of these hairy looking ones and shit, but they look crazy. Yeah. They're pretty too. Some of them are pretty as shit, and some of them are ugly as fuck, like that one. At first, I thought it was a centipede, but it wasn't. And then I looked, I said, oh shit. So apparently, it's a part of the big moth family. Because there is big moths here. There are huge moths here. We catch them in the camera all the time. So yeah, that was my interesting day today. I never even realized that caterpillars made moths. I just, don't even think about shit like that. I honestly if somebody would have said, how would a moth be formed? I wouldn't even know. Like, I would have been lost until today. Because honestly, I don't really care about that dumbass shit. But yeah, there's like a million different types, and we apparently saw a big ass one today. So it's definitely a moth one. Cause I told my sister there ain't no butterfly that big. So yeah, she ended up finding it on her phone and said it was a moth. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't mind moths; they're cool. They don't bother me. I weren't about to kill it or anything like that. So I scooped it up in a dustpan and I put it on the wall. And I'm wondering where the hell this thing's going. Like it was coming across the driveway. I'm like, what the hell is that? So then I scooped it up and I put it up on the wall. I don't know where it is now, but I could care less. But yeah, I'm sure a bird probably got to it. If not, hopefully not. Hopefully, it gets to become a moth. I don't know. But I tell you one thing, there's a lot of herons around here and they'll eat them. That's why I've never seen one because those herons, they eat that shit. Those birds eat all of that. I'm sure that must be like a feast for some. You know what I mean? Fucking shit's gross. I didn't even, my sister was gonna pick it up with this like paper. I'm like, don't touch that fucking thing. You don't know if that thing's poisonous or not. I said, look, I'm gonna fucking scoop them up in this dustpan and put them to the side. I don't want to kill it. Just put it here, like put it up on the wall, out of sight, out of mind. So I said, we just leave his ass here. Not my problem if he gets eaten. He's better off me picking him up and put him in a dustpan and put him on the wall than him going in plain sight to get eaten. But ever since Ever since I've seen that heron around here, he's eaten every last thing that we've had around here, and he still comes back around. Especially during like full moon nights and nights before, 3 days before, maybe 3 days after, when the moon is like full and bright. Like he can see better, so he's like in there prancing around. Harry, yeah, Harry the Heron, my boy. I haven't seen him around here in a while, but apparently he died. I don't know, because my neighbor said that the big ass heron that was around here had died by his pool, and he thinks that he must have like got hurt, or a cat might have got to him, or like something happened to him where he got knocked the fuck out or something. He must have hit something. So he said he buried poor Harry out the back there. He told me that like about a month ago. He's like, "Hey, remember that big ass heron that was around here?" I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Shit." He's like, "Yeah, man, it's found dead in my yard." I was like, "Oh no, bro, Harry." I was like, "I guess it was probably him though." We'll see. I don't know. I hope not. Poor Harry. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Harry's gone because my neighbor told me a month ago that the heron that used to come around, he was in his yard dead, and he went and buried him out the back. Gave him a nice burial. And I haven't seen the heron around here since. I mean, it could be some other heron. I don't know. It could be a different one because there's a lot of them around. But I know Harry. If I saw Harry, I knew it was him. So I don't know. Poor guy. You had Hootie the Owl. Yeah, we have owls here too. This guy posted a video of an owl getting a rat. They showed this owl dive bombing this rat from a container. And he dove down, he grabbed the rat, bring him back up to the container and killed him and started eating his ass. I was like, all right, I've seen enough. That's gross. But yeah, I think Harry's gone because we haven't seen him. I'm then my neighbor, and my neighbor told me that there was one dead in his yard. I was like, oh no, poor Harry. But he's been around here for years, man. He was probably older. Hey Kitty, how you doing, sweetie? You good? So yeah, poor Harry. But it's all good. When I was at my mom's, she says there is a heron down there that sleeps in the guava tree. And I was laughing. I said, no way. So I was laughing to myself. I said, probably. What happened to Kitty? Are you talking about the roof or something else? Of course. You know. Okay, cool. I thought it was something else. I was like, oh Lord. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you did. Long as you know, yeah, I'm your shit talking Aquarius friend. You gotta be specific. Yeah. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. Now she got her roof fixed. She's good. I went there and fixed it for her. I went there real quick, fixed the roof up for her. Now I gotta go back and fix her crack. Pause. But she's all right. She's good to go. She got it fixed. It's a pain in the ass. A house is always a fucking problem. Yeah, she needs her crack filled now. You know. Once she gets her crack filled, she won't be leaking anymore. Do you got your dishes to do in the AM? I need motivation. Actually, no, I don't. I didn't cook a damn thing today. It was so nice, Barbie. I'm sorry. I won't be washing dishes tomorrow morning. I didn't use any dishes but a coffee cup today. That's it. This morning, I had a breakfast sandwich, like a microwavable breakfast sandwich, because I didn't feel like doing anything because the daylight saving time shit fucked me up. And then lunch, I went to this place to get some chicken and some peas and rice and some veggies. And then dinner, I picked up my mom and brought her here, and we had pork tenderloin, mac and cheese, and veggies. And then I had half of a cupcake. It's called a cookie dough cupcake. I can't eat all of it because that sugar is like way too much. So I ate half of it just to taste it. And that shit is like, it's good, but you can't eat all you won't like if you eat all of it, you're gonna be bouncing off the motherfucking roof. Literally. Like that shit's got too much sugar in it. So my sister said, "You just ate half of it?" I said, "Yeah, I'll save the other half for tomorrow. I ain't eating that whole damn thing now." It was like 8 o'clock at night. I ain't eating that shit. You think I want to go to bed with indigestion or bouncing off my bed and shit? I ain't got no coochie around here to attend to. Why you need all that energy for? Shit's crazy. I can't eat all that sugary ass shit. It tastes nice though, but I just can't eat the whole thing. Yeah. I'm staying right here in this apartment as long as my sister owns this house. And see, the boys are not nowhere near getting married or getting any to that shit. They're just in college now, so we still got at least years to go before one of them moves out, let alone both. So I got many years to come, hopefully. The only way I'll get out of here is if something drastic happens, which I don't think that will, obviously. But I do not want to leave this apartment. I love it. I love living here, and I would not want to go anywhere else. But if one day I have to leave, I won't miss the steps. That's for sure. Fuck those steps. They're aggravating as shit. But later on in life, I won't be able to live here. I'm gonna need one of those fucking escalator things. Take me up the steps. Either that or I'm gonna end up moving in with a rich, sexy bitch that's gonna tell me move in with her. And she probably has a condo or a house. And she's gonna say, "Well, if you move in with me, all you gotta do is fix up the house for me and tend to my coochie." I'll be like, "All right, sounds like a deal to me, sweetheart. When do I move in?" Man, that's the only way I'm moving, if it's worth it. We'll work for sex and accommodation. That'll be a miracle if that happened. I'm not that lucky. Shit. And a woman ain't that lucky to have a man like me, a live-in maintenance man, take care of everything, her and her house. She would be so lucky. She will be so lucky. I'm fine the way I am. I'm good. But if I ever move out, that's gonna have to be the case. You could pay for everything. I'll tend to your needs and tend to your house. I'll fix it up for you, baby. I do a little bit. I'll hook it up for you. Shit, I'll be lucky to get that for 10 months. Fuck. I would be so lucky. That's actually been that's one of my dreams, to be honest. I know that might sound crazy. But I've always dreamt of like being with a woman that has her own shit and I just move in and just take care of everything. That'd be like the best life in the world. Is already moving to a house that a woman's already paid for. All she wants is a man to attend to her and fix shit around the house so she don't have to call nobody. Have me fixing it. That'll be the dream life. Shit. I'll help pay the bills too, if I move in officially, I'll help pay the bills and shit. But man, that'll be the perfect world. If I had to move into someone's house that I don't have to pay for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With the side of shit talking. Yeah, of course. That'll be the best life for any woman, man. I make my woman laugh every day. She be in her glory. And I know how to cook too. She wouldn't even have to cook. I hope she just likes all the food that I like. I hope she likes my cooking. If not, I'm gonna have to kick myself out then. I was like, yeah, bye, bitch. Yeah, right. That would be the perfect world. Yeah, I wash her dishes, sure, yeah. One thing about me, I'm not scared of chores and like doing shit around the house. I wash clothes. Who the fuck you think does everything here? Me. Yesterday I used my Swifter, my broom, cleaned up my whole house, vacuumed, I fucking Swifted everything up, swept, mopped. I mopped everything, cleaned my toilet, my bathroom, everything. Good to go. Wash my clothes. I do everything. I cook. I wash my fucking dishes. I do everything. Yeah, I wash her dishes live on YouTube. Hey guys, I'd be like, "Oh, where you at, Mark? I'm at my new woman's house. I moved in officially. She's at work right now, making that money, while I'm home being home husband or home BF. Yeah, washing dishes. I gotta paint this room over here. I'll clean up the house for her, wash the dishes, washing her dongs and shit. You know, I'll do it all. It's cool. I'll do it for her. Pick her up, take her to work and pick her up and shit. Fuck, that'd be the best life in the world. Babe, you ready to take me to work? Yes, honey, I'm coming. I even open up the fucking door for her. Get out of here. Go to work. Leave me alone. I'm going online. Do absolutely fucking nothing. That'd be like the perfect fucking life. Shit. That'd be a miracle for a woman to do all that shit for me. Dang. Yeah. It's never too late though. Shit, I'm only 49. Yeah. Anything's possible. I'll stay optimistic. Spirit's listening. Spirit being the computer like this, searching for Mark's type of woman. Search, enter. And the search bar just stays there like nothing happens. Search bar is searching, fucking things going around. It'll say, cannot find, try back later. Spirit be like, sorry, bro, try it for you. That shit don't exist. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, who comes up in the files later. We do a thorough search from country to country. Oh, shit. asked me to quit my job. He told me I didn't have to work. And what did I do? I kept working. I'm kind of glad I did, though. Now he's gone. Well, you know, nothing found at the moment that meets your criteria. Yeah, that's probably what it will say for sure. I mean, I'm picky, but not that picky. Honestly, if I can love you, if I can trust you, I can love you. That's how I am. I don't really need like a supermodel type of chick or nobody that's like super fucking fine or whatever like that. I don't need that shit. All I need is somebody I can trust. If I can trust you, I can love you. But to trust you is the problem. Because not too many people are very trustworthy. Because all it takes is you having a bad day with me one day, or something aggravates you, and then some guy comes up to you and says something, you just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to cheat. Fuck this shit. And then somebody could say that about me too, but I'm not that type of person. I have strong willpower. I would never cheat on anybody. I think that's the most fucked up thing in the world to me, you know. But some people do it and they make a mistake and then they forgive themselves or whatever, or they ask for forgiveness. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment, or it just happens. It's life. But me personally, I have the willpower to not do that type of shit. Because that shit will bother me. Karma will always bother me. I couldn't look somebody in the face after doing that. So, yeah, to each their own. You know, sometimes you have people who, do it and they forgive the person, or they just don't want that person to be with that other person. I know two people that know that their husbands cheated on them or their wives cheated on them, whatever. I know two people and their family too. And they took that person back and stayed with that person. I'm like, oh, hell no. When I found that out about one of my uncles, I was like, no fucking way. Then I started to hear all this bad shit about him. I'm like, that woman didn't leave his fucking dumb ass. And then now he's been gone. Now he died like 2 years ago. And his wife's like, him. And she even says that she misses him. I'm like, you're fucking dumb. I would never ever let my fucking husband come back in that house. If I was a woman, talking about you just fuck some other hoe and then now you're coming back, give me damn leftovers, you must be crazy. That happened with my other auntie and uncle too. He went and fucked some hoods and shit and gave her some shit and all whatever. I don't know the whole story, but I don't know how people can actually look at somebody after they do that dumb shit. I just can't do it. Some people have like, some people just don't care. Like they don't have a conscience. They're like, fuck that. Yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. And some people do it and they never do it again, right? They make a mistake. Nobody's perfect. So, but what is the chances of that? And how many times it's going to play on your mind every day? You know, being with that person, knowing that you cheated on them. Like, I couldn't do that shit. Hell no. I couldn't live with myself. Yeah, I can't forgive cheating either. Fuck that. One thing about me and most Aquariuses, I feel, but I can't speak for all Aquariuses, but me personally, I cut off people for less. You ain't even gotta cheat on me. All you gotta do is say the wrongest thing to me or disrespect me in any type of way, and I'm cutting you off for good. All you gotta do is say the wrong thing, and you're gone. I ain't putting up with no tolerating bull. I ain't tolerating nothing. And that may be a bit harsh, but I ain't gonna let you do it. I'll let you. It'll happen once, but it won't happen a second time because I won't be allowing you to. And if it does happen a second time, then stupid me. You know, which I've been there, done that. So yeah, all that type of shit is just, I don't know. I can't tolerate that type of shit. Cheating is like something that, people do it and they get forgiven, or they regret it and they never do it again because they had to just do it that one time, or maybe they felt like they weren't that's the only way out of their relationship. That's why I think cheating happens, because cheating happens a lot of times because you have what you want, but you don't have what you need. So people who cheat, in my opinion, are people who don't really have the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have someone that they know is loyal and faithful, but you look at this other person that you're attracted to and you cheated with, they're the type of person you love sexually, or you have a sexual desire for that person. Or it's more than that. It's like you thought you met the right person, but then when you met this other person, you said, hell yeah, this person's way better than my person. I wish I had met them first. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go cheat and see and and bump and do that. So there's a lot of Kate, and there's a lot of scenarios that you can put together for cheating. But I don't know. I can't justify it. If it happened to me, then I'll be very disappointed, but I'm not gonna let it break me, because a hoe is a hoe, and you can't put them into a housewife. And if you have a housewife that turns into a hoe, then it's still not your fault. It's their fault. They're the one who cheated. So it's always gonna be on their conscience, not mine. So if I get cheated on, I'll be disappointed, but at the same time, I'll be like, you know what? What do you expect? I'm not gonna go to a mental institution or go to a fucking nut house thinking about why this girl cheated on me, or you know, shit like that. It won't even bother me. I'll just leave. I'll be like, good, you did me a favor. You can have this hoe bye. Cause if she cheated on me, she's gonna cheat on you next, bro. When she gets fed up. So to me, it's always a win-win situation when somebody does that to you, because you got rid of the trash. They got rid of it for you. They got rid of themselves. But hey, that's life. I know it's a touchy subject for some people. That's why a lot of people left the room. People are like, I ain't listening to Mark. Fuck off. It's all good. You ain't gotta listen to the truth. It's all good. I'm not here to tell you no lies. But it happens, though. It happens. All you need is the air you breathe. Yeah, I hear you on that. All I need, honestly, is myself. I love myself. I love what I've been doing with my life. I've come a long way, you know? Um, I'm like, if it wasn't for me coming on here and finding myself with other people years ago, I probably would not be the person who I am now, to be honest. I met a lot of people on here in the past 10 years. And for the past 10 years, I've talked to a lot of people that made me understand that, you know, this is what life is, Mark. This is what life is about. There's going to be these days, there's going to be times like this. And then you get yourself into this spiritual grind. And then you start to realize that all you really need in life is yourself and your pride, your dignity, your life and shit like that. You don't really need nobody, and then people just start to make you feel better, understand more, take more pride in yourself. You know, when I first came on here 10 years ago, I was fucked. I was heartbroken, destroyed. I had heard like some of the most craziest things in my life from a woman's mouth. And then once I realized that I was like dumb enough to get myself down about this hoe and like make this woman make my life like different or make me judge myself, I woke up one day and said, you know what, bro? This was a lesson. Like, this is a lesson that you had to learn. This was the last hoe you had to deal with before you completely cut all ties with women and make sure that the next one is the real one. Don't even give a chance to anybody else who ain't even right, putting that work in. If there ain't a mutual balance, then it ain't nothing at all. But I had to learn that by listening to women and listening to people go through bullshit. Yeah, of course I can do a reading for you, Tanya. That's what I'm here for. If not, I'm just gonna keep talking about life. 'Cause that's what I do. You don't have to apologize. It's all good. I keep myself entertained on here. I ramble on and on and on. I talk my ass off. I might not be talking to anybody who's listening. Sometimes people say, I had like 8 people in here, and then they all left when I started talking about cheating. Like, I ain't listening to this shit. Like, fuck Mark. I don't care what he has to say. Yeah, I tell you, yeah, sure. You don't have to ask. I'll always read for you. You know that. I'm never too tired to give you a read. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. It's no problem. Like I said, I'll be here just rambling on if nobody gets a reading, and then I'll just get fed up and go sleep. Dang, that was loud. Holy shit. My new phone's fucking doom. Notification, damn it. You finally got notifications. Yay. My notifications are working. OMG. Doom. Doom. It's definitely working now. That's for sure. Hell yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I just got the second notification. We can do whatever you want. I can send it back to you, or you can save it for another time. It's all up to you. You let me know what you want. Yeah, we can do whatever you want. I'll remember anyway. It's cool. Whatever you want, sweetheart. It's up to you. Yeah, I did send twice, so which is cool. You can always save it for later, next time, whenever. I'll do whatever you like. It's no big deal. Nah, that's cool. That's all good. Sure. Whenever you want it, it's there, waiting for you. Just remind me. Just whenever you want it, just say, "Hey, Mark, that extra thing I sent you, just I'll take it now." Whenever you want it. All right. So you want a journal for work? Having a good because it's a review week. We're supposed to be met with each other, of us, each of us, and I just want you shouldn't say those things. See, then you're gonna manifest bad news. You worry too much. See, I've been trying to teach you to not give a shit. I only answer questions about retirement. If you want a raise, you gotta go up the ladder. You have one in the back of Miss America. Go get it and walk it up. Walk up there. That's the only raise you'll be getting, young lady. You want a raise? Go back on that damn tower and throw off a plane. That's what my boss used to say to me. I said, "We're getting a raise at the end of the year." He goes, "Yeah, my ladder's on my truck. Go up top, go on the ladder. That's your raise right there." And I'll be like, "You fucking bastard." He used to say that shit to me all the time. At POS. All right, let's see. You're going to retire in America. And you're going to meet a rich man with mutual funds, medical insurance, house insurance, and 9 inches of fun. Well, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look bad at all, to be honest. All right. So, firstly, this week is a weekend of a lot of activity. Be precautious, obviously. Whatever that, oh, well, that's cool. At least you get that. That's nice. So, what I'm getting here for this week, Tanya, is activity, being precautious, guarding your, feeling guarded and like knowing that it's not that bad. Like, if you have to, you might be asked to like recover something that you've like lost, like time or work, and they're gonna say like, oh, like you're gonna recover like whatever work you've like got pushed back on, or if there's some that you might be dealing with things that you have to recover or catch up with or put more activity into in order to like get it all done like that. um so um hey Sophie, how you doing? Yeah, you'll be self-employed. So what I'm also getting here is the other people that you're working with, right? So there's one person that you're working with here that you're suspicious of, or is like fake and flattery, and and someone who like is over dependent on others, and they might be like trying to distract you or make you feel like a certain way. um Somebody who acts weird and probably younger than you, maybe. Good night, Sophie. Take care. Thanks for dropping by. And then there's like, I get people here you're gonna deal with. So, but you said here, right, that uh right. So you said you're supposed to meet with each other or meet with us, and you just want, yeah. So even though they tattled on you, it's still like, it's nothing that is gonna like, well, fucking who cares? They saw you work after 5 and told someone, who cares? You know? They don't know what your life is. They ain't your damn boss. But at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do, right? So if you're expecting bad news, I don't see any. The only bad thing I have here is a person. There's a person that you suspect is the one who tattled on you or trying to distract you, or, you know, this person can also be somebody that be like, oh, hi, Tanya. And then behind your back, you'd be like, this damn bitch, blah, 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 blah. Or I'm going to try and get her. I don't like her, yada, yada, yada. So there could be like a person there that is a piece of shit. So everybody else here, it seems okay. And it seems like, you're a boss, and someone else is like going to approach these problems, whatever there is, and deal with them. And this life's going to go on. But there will be like activity and things that you're gonna have to like probably like catch up with. So if there is some work that you have to catch up on, they'll probably tell you to do that, and then go from there. But I don't see anything bad, just a bad person here. So the person who like tattled on you or talk shit about you, obviously something that person still might be there, and you might see the person and you'll get like that feeling from them. Right. So that person ain't changed. But the rest of the people, they're okay. I don't see them like, doing anything to you or making life, difficult. Otherwise, that you feel let down by it, and you feel like, that you can't trust this person anymore. But just try and really, spirit wants you to deeply concentrate on what you need to apply yourself to. You know what I mean? Like, whatever ideas you have, stick with them. Like, just know that all you need to be respected for is the knowledge you have of the job that you're doing, if that makes sense. Because Spirit's saying here, if you keep worrying about this, it's going to affect you more and more mentally. It's going to drain you. You're going to feel like degraded, or you're not good enough. And they don't want you to feel that way. They don't want you to feel like there's lack of opportunity, or you feel unsatisfied there, or you feel let down by these people. I'm going to tell you something my grandmother used to tell my mother told me. It doesn't matter where you work, there's always going to be one fucking idiot that you have to deal with. And if you can deal with them, then you can move on from that. So at the end of the day, they don't pay your bills. But in the future, there's going to be opportunities ahead. plans that may not go right, but at least whatever happens, happens. You know, where it's not going to be nothing bad or nothing you can't handle. That's what I see. But Spirit wants you to know in those cards that all you got to do is deeply concentrate on what you have to do as, a remote worker in the line or in the field that you're in. As long as you take care of everything that you need to take care of, everybody else is irrelevant. Because it gets to our supervisor. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Barb. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you do your job, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says except for your boss. Your boss is, your boss. You have to report to them or do what they tell you or, so forth. But there's nothing, I don't see nothing for you to be worried about after this review or during this review or during these people. There's only one person that you have to worry about. And that's the person that comes up in the cards reversed. This person is not like, right. But that's easier said than done for you because your conscience and your mind is getting in the way of what you really have to really deal with. And I know that you're like that. But the problem is like you gotta understand that even though you're at this job and you're doing what you have to do, everyone else should be irrelevant. You know, Tanya has to do what Tanya has to do, and you just got like you said, you went to your boss, you dealt with the case, you dreaded that, and look, it ended up being fun. So it's pretty much like mentally, you think of the worst, probably because of your past, or probably because you feel like all the odds are against you or people are against you. But the only person that can really make you feel the way you can is yourself. Yeah, it's gonna go well. I don't see nothing bad here. I really don't. I would tell you otherwise. You know, if it was bad, I'd prepare you for the bad. But I don't see nothing bad. The only bad thing I see is a person, and that you already know who that person is. So this is just confirmation from spirit that you need to keep focusing on yourself and do what you have to do. See, you can't let that one person get in your head all day, every day. You know. Oh, good. I'm glad I entertained you while you did your dishes. See, now you know how it feels when I entertain you guys during my dishes. See, I get it done. But listen, I know Tanya. I know it's difficult, and I know it's hard. And working with women is probably the hardest thing in the world because women are so vindictive and they work with each other. Men are too, but men are more like, competitive in their work fields. But, you know, women are more vindictive where they try to fuck you over like all the time, snitch on you and shit. Well, that's it. You just gotta do what you gotta do. If nobody's complaining about you, then there's nothing to worry about. You just gotta do. Not every when we have a job and we work for somebody, no employer is going to expect every single employee they have to have a perfect life and come to work every day and do everything perfect. It's not possible. It's never gonna happen. And that's my biggest problem too, as a business owner. Every person who worked for me or every person who works around me if they're not on my level or my standard of work, I don't want to be around them. But that's one of my downfalls in one way and one of my pluses in another. Because I know nobody's gonna be like me. I know nobody's gonna give a shit about this person's house that I'm working at. I know they don't give a fuck like I do because I treat everybody like I would treat myself. And I know not everybody's gonna be like me. And I know everybody's not gonna do a job like I'm gonna do. But sometimes you just gotta say, you know what? At least the job gets done, even though it didn't get done the way you would want it. But at least it got done. And now you can just do your little tweak to it and sort it out. So I've come to that conclusion many times that, I'm not perfect, but whoever else is around me, they're not going to be nowhere near as fucking good. And I know that because I've seen it happen every time. And it's sad because no one really cares about what they're doing. I do. I care too much sometimes because I want a good reputation. But for some people, they don't care. But I've told you a million times, and I'll tell you again. All that matters is that you are doing your job. If you're doing your job to the best of your ability, and your boss is not calling you every day to say, you're fucking worthless, you're a piece of shit, if you don't do this, then I'm gonna get rid of you. If you don't hear those things, then you're doing something good. Now, if you're getting hounded every day and being told about yourself every day, or put on probation, or some type of written up type of thing, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. Well, try to find time for work. You know, honestly, there should not be no excuse for not doing your work. If you know you can handle it and you know you can do it, then do it. And I know that's easier said than done because I'm not doing what you're doing. But see, me personally, I would never let myself get behind. The only way I'm going to be behind is if I get sick or something bad happens to me where, we're going to be put behind, you know? So if that bothers you, then don't fall behind, catch up and stay there, stay consistent. Because if that's bothering you, then you're the only person that can fix it. Really, in reality, you are the only person that can fix your own problems. I can't fix them for you. I've sat here blue in the face telling people what to do, but they won't do it. And like I said, it's easier said than done. I don't know your life. Nobody knows whose life was going on around here, unless you really know, right? Because you talk to the person every day or whatever, or the person sits there and tell you about their life. But at the end of the day, you are your own, issue. So if you feel like things are not going the way it is, then you have to sit yourself down and say, what can I do to make it better? Well, there you go. But you went to your boss and said, hey, look, this is too much shit for me. Right? So they took some of your workload off. And if that don't work, then maybe you got to do something else. Maybe it's time for a change, or maybe it's time, to do whatever you want to do. You could work for yourself, subcontract yourself out, and just do 8 hours a day, or less. Or if you can get away with it now by talking to your boss and getting to where a point where you can do just 8 hours, then do just 8 hours. Fuck it. It's up to you. You gotta control whatever happens to you. That's the only way I believe we should be controlling our own life, controlling how much work we do. Like me, I'm a perfect example of what I'm talking about. That's why I can talk like that. I'm not gonna overdo myself. This past 15 months, I've done less work physically than I've done in my whole entire life. And the reason I have is because, one, I don't owe nobody shit. My bills are all paid. I don't owe nobody 1 cent. And two, I'm getting older and I fucking can't stand working hard anymore because I destroy my body because I have too much pride in my work and too much, I care too much and I'm not caring about myself and my body, you know? And now I'm actually enjoying my life more. When I play music, when I come on here, when I did my sister's bathroom, the electrical in there, that shit made me happy. This year has been happy for me so far. Last year was a shit fucking year, you know? But as soon as January 1st came till now, it's been great. I'm still doing whatever I want, which is work when I want, do whatever I fucking want, have fun whenever I want, come on here whenever I want, and take care of my mom, my sister, my nephews, myself. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me. I really don't. I was blessed with an inheritance, and now I'm just like doing what I gotta do. And that's it. God always provides me. God always provides me with everything. That's why if you have that mentality, then you ain't nothing can stop you. Because people fail to realize that you claim to believe, but you don't receive. And then when you don't receive, it's because you don't believe. And if you don't walk around with that S on your chest and say, I can do this, I know I can. You know? You gotta act like you're immortal. You gotta really be selfish for you. You really gotta say, you know what? I don't fucking care anymore about what you think or what the fuck I'm doing. I don't care. I'm just gonna get up and do whatever the fuck I like. Cause life's too short. And sometimes people listen to me right now and they're like, yeah, but you're not like that, Mark. Yeah, I am. Deep down inside, I really don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks about me. I really don't. Because if I did, I wouldn't be in the public eye every day. I had a long conversation yesterday at the pizza house when I picked up my pizza with my friend that DJs and sings and shit like me. Well, I don't sing, but he's been around longer than I have. And I looked him in his face, eye to eye, and I said, "Want me to tell you something, bro? I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me. I really don't. I don't give a fuck about what people are saying about me coming back playing music. I don't care if they say, they don't see me working anywhere, or I don't care if they say, fuck, this guy's a psychic. He's fucking a DJ. He's a maintenance man, electrician. He's a good uncle. He's a good brother. He's a good son. He helps his mom. I saw him working on him. Talk about me. Go right ahead. Because ain't nothing bad. It's all good things. What am I doing that's bad? So why do I have to have a conscience for someone else's thoughts and beliefs and opinions? You got me? But that's all that matters is you do your best every day. I do my best every day. I can do better. But I feel like what I'm doing right now at my age is the best thing I can do. Why am I gonna overdo myself or stress myself out because I'm thinking about what people are thinking about me or what people are saying or doing is bothering me? I'm actually proud of myself. This renovation that happened over here, I didn't get myself involved that much. Because if I did, it'll be fireworks. And I said, so I promised my sister I'm not gonna get involved. I said, you gotta forgive me, but I'm not getting involved like that. When they're not here, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna put up the lights, the switches. They're gonna help me do whatever I need help on, and that's it. And I'm not gonna stress myself over this fucking bullshit. And she's like, yeah, sure, go ahead, do what you gotta do. I agree. Don't stress yourself out. And I did it. And I'm not stressed out. I really ain't, because I don't care. My biggest problem is I care too much. I still care, but not as much as I used to. I shrug it off now because I finally understand what that saying means that I've been told my whole life. Do not give people your energy. And if you can conquer that, you're good to go. But the issue is conquering that. Tanya said, my daughter just posted her drawings online, and thankfully I can see them. I still can see them, and it gives me joy. Mind you, I don't say anything. I just put the thumbs up on it. That's it. Well, if she hasn't blocked you, then that's good, right? I use that theory. Man, I wish I was paying bills. I never miss work. So, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Barbie. The only way I missed work if I was severely sick. Even when I was sick, I'd go to work. You know, I walk around here almost hunchback and fucked all up because my body's all fucked up, but I still work. I find that energy, I find that power within, and just do what I have to do. You know? Because she doesn't get any response from her, you know. You know, it's life. It happens. You know what, Barbie? I love making money too, but then I realized that it became um I don't know what word I should use, but let me see. I realized that making money is not going to completely make me happy. Money doesn't make me happy. Making money makes me happy. But obsessing over money would never make me happy, or want needing money is not going to make me happy. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I had nothing, even when I had nothing, I was still happy. And when I have a lot, I'm still like the same. I really don't care. But I love making money though, sure. Everybody, I'm sure everybody does. But money would never define who the person I am. You know, people already judge me now. So about, oh yeah, he must be rich because he's got this, he's got that. I'm far from rich. You know what I'm rich in? Myself. Yeah. The biggest value I have is myself. Without these, I can't do nothing. My hands are my richest part of my body, and my brain. As long as I have a brain and hands, I'll always make money. So I'm good on that. I don't care about that. If I really wanted to make a lot of money and I was obsessed with money, I would do readings every day, personal readings every day, and I would show off my skills, and I would completely conquer psychic readings and make ridiculous money off of everyone. I can. But I won't, because it's not who I am. It's not what I want. I don't want to listen to people's fucking bullshit ass problems with them and their jackass boyfriend or husband or ex or whatever. I ain't gonna have time for that bullshit. I'm not doing it every day. But if I were to do it here in Bermuda and have people come to my apartment, I read them face to face and charge $50 an hour or $100 an hour to do a reading like some people do, I make ridiculous money. But I don't. I don't want to, because money's not my priority in life. My priority in life is to be healthy and happy, and that's just who I am. If I'm healthy, I'm happy, and if I'm happy, that means that I'm healthy and I'm okay, and I get to do whatever I want. Well, you know, the thing is, we all get tired of shit every day. We and the reason we get tired of things is because, one, we do it too many times, or we do it for too long, or we just want to change and we think that we're tired, but we're really not. But we just need a change or a break. So it really is up to us to make our lives better. It's really up to us. My life has changed a lot, and it changed my life. Changed everybody's life changes. Unless you don't want to change. But me personally, I love change. I love changing my life. I love changing my attitude. I love changing, and I love to learn things. I like to learn. I like to understand. I like to be around people that make me happy, and that's all that matters to me. And like I said many times, I discovered many talents that I had, and I just have to use them. And I'm the type of person, the more I know, the more I learn, the more I earn. And the more things I do, the happier I am, because I get to do multiple things. I don't want to be bored. So that's why my maintenance business, my psychic, channel here, and now my DJ channel. I have everything I've always wanted in life. I want to be able to do all three things and be happy. And if one isn't working, the other one will. And if both working, then one won't. If all three are working and all three are able for me to do every day, I'm happy as fuck. It's that simple. And I feel like everybody has the chance to create their own destiny and co-create with spirit to get what they want, but it's up to you. You got to make it happen. You can't just sit here in this chair all day and be like, guess what, everybody coming in here, I do psychic work, I'm a medium, I'm this, I can do a lot of things, just test me out. All you got to do is do this and do that. That ain't happening. You got to figure that out on your own, because like I said, I have this thing that I've always had in my mind, that you'll need me before I need you, because I don't go around needing nobody. All I need is my belief. The only thing I need to do in my life, for me, for Mark, is to believe. I believe I can do this. I believe I can do that. I believe that this is going to happen. I believe that if I do this, this is gonna be the outcome. I believe if I say this to this person, they're going to believe me. If I believe that I can do this one thing, then I know I'm gonna do it. Exactly. So doing what makes us happy is the best thing you can do. Oh, good Lord. Only thing you gotta do is stay occupied. That's it. You're welcome, Tanya, anytime. But you're doing just fine. I know it's tough. I know we all, have that depressed feeling, or we have those moments where, you know, it's not good. But you just gotta always look at all the positive things. And I know, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I know it's easier said than done. But the less we complain and the more we do for ourselves, then we won't have nothing to complain about except for everyone else. When we complain about ourselves, then that means our lives aren't right. And the only person that can shut that complaint down is you. And that's something I learned a lot in the past few years. I used to stop myself from complaining about the things that were in my life. And I said, you know what? You're complaining about this, but if you were to do this, then you would never have to complain about this no more. But if you don't do it and you keep dwelling on it, then it's going to become a natural problem, and it's never going to be solved. You can't be scared of change. Is inevitable. It's going to happen. Never once was I scared to come on here. Never once was I scared to go back into DJing. Never once was I scared to do anything. It's not about being scared. It's about like having the belief to know that it's going to work. But you got to put in the work. You got to believe that what you're doing is right. And once you do that, there's no turning back. You ain't going to have nothing to worry about. When I wake up now, when I go to sleep, I go to sleep with a clear head. I think about things that I like and want, and then I'll fall asleep. When I wake up in the morning, I get up and I have no regrets. I have nothing that's immediately on my mind for me to do. I control everything. So that's great. Unless something, comes in the plan, then that's different. But when I wake up, I say, you know what? I'm gonna, go downstairs, get a coffee, get some breakfast, do a couple of things on the internet, check a few things, go outside, do what I gotta do, wash dishes, wash clothes, prepare my day, prepare dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Whatever comes into, that day, I deal with it. If I think about something, I'm going to go do it. If I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go. If I have to work, I'm going to work. I don't plan shit no more. Earlier, I planned to do this, this, and this, and then it got all fucked up. The plans all got changed. And it's always because of somebody else. So why plan? Just live your life every day. And at the end of the day, you might say, shit, I had a great day today because I just let everything flow the way it's supposed to. Or, hey, look, I just ended up going to this store, saw my friend, ended up exchanging numbers. Then, next thing you know, I got a job to do, or I got this, I got that. I don't give a fuck no more. I just wake up and do whatever I have to do. If I wake up tomorrow and I say, you know what, I don't feel like doing nothing, I ain't gonna do nothing. If I wake up tomorrow and I get a call, hey Mark, look, I got this job for you. Can you come here and do it? Yeah, sure. Hey Mark, look, I need you to take me to this place. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want. I'm gonna do whatever. What are you doing today? Nothing. I'm just waiting on a call like that right now. Let's go. Let's do whatever we gotta do. That's how you should live life, man. Fuck it. Life's too short to be worried about no bullshit. I love my life right now. You know, when I feel like going to play music, I just go over there and play music. If I want to come on here, I just come on here. I don't give a fuck. If I feel like going to work, I'm gonna go to work. Any plan I have for tomorrow is to go with my sister to go get some stuff for the bathroom. She's off tomorrow. We're gonna go get some stuff we need and go to my mom's and go cut the grass down there and, you know, see how everything is down there and make sure everything's okay. That's it. That's my plan for tomorrow. But whether or not that happens, I don't know. But that's what I've planned for tomorrow. I plan to come on here tomorrow. That'd be nice if I can come on here and talk shit and have fun. Yeah, sure. If I plan to DJ tomorrow, then I'll fucking DJ tomorrow, I guess. I don't fucking know. Whatever I feel like. I don't give a shit. All I know at the end of the day is I'm happy. I'm very happy right now with my life and the people that are in it. Cheers. There's no one that's immediately in my life right now that I hate or I don't want in my life. You know why? Because I control what energy comes in and what energy I dish out. But see, it's all in here. This beat is not only for Barbie, it's for brain. Use your fucking brain. Yeah? Use your brain and you'll be all right. Using your brain can do a lot of things for you. Use it. You'd be surprised. All right, I'm going to get out of here. It's already 12:34 in the morning. I'm going to get my ass. It should be 11:34, but the time's going ahead. And I'm already yawned like 50 times already. It's time for the eyelid channel. I'm going to go to bed and think about nice things and go to bed and say, you know what, it's all good, Marky. Tomorrow's another day. And when I wake up and I rub my eyes and take a piss and start my day and have a coffee, I know that I'm already started and whatever happens, happens. I don't care. I wait for my phone to ping or ring and we go from there. Party started. If not, I'll be just laying on my couch or doing some work. My apartment is nice and clean. I'm so happy. I mop my floors, swept my floors, mop my floors, clean everything. Now I just gotta pack up that shit in the back of me and I'm good to go. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm good. I actually want to go to the cemetery tomorrow to visit my dad's grave and my grandpa and grandma. I always keep saying I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go tomorrow. I have to. I gotta make that my priority tomorrow. I want to go there real quick. I haven't been there in a while. I kind of want to go check up on the plaque that I put for my grandfather, make sure it's okay, and go see if they've put my dad's name on the tombstone yet. So I gotta go check that shit out too. If not, I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls and fuck somebody off. So something's about to happen tomorrow. Anyway, I'll see you lovely ladies tomorrow. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night. I know you guys are a few hours behind. Hope you guys have a great week. I know it's Monday tomorrow, but don't worry, it's okay. Just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. I ain't heard that song forever. Anyway, I better not sing that because I might get in trouble. Shit, forgot about that. Might be copyrighted. All right, bye guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.